Hey everyone, it's Taylor from Bodhi Life Crochet. This is my first time on live streaming on YouTube, so if anything weird happens, that is why. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm using my AirPods. I was hoping that might give it a better sound. I didn't really have too much planned. I just asked everybody on Instagram to see what they might want to hear from me. I have been blogging and designing crochet patterns for a few years now, so I thought I would just come on and share my experience and how I do some things. A lot of the questions I got were general questions like how long have you been crocheting? When did you start blogging? What do you use for your website and stuff? So I figured I would just jump right into that. I was going to try to show you like the Mobius twist with the yarn, but honestly, I don't know how I would do that like using the camera the way it's set up right now. I'm using my laptop. So probably won't be crocheting while doing this since it's my first time. So thanks everybody for coming. And for anybody watching this afterwards, if you have any more questions, you can leave it in the comments box. And I'm sure I'll be doing more lives after this because this seems super fun already. So I've been crocheting since 2015. I started because I just had my son and I'd always wanted to learn how to make slouchy beanies, the ones that kind of like hang off the back of your head. And I always thought those were really cool ever since I was a teenager. So my neighbor taught me how to crochet and I thought like, oh, okay, I can make these and I can sell them on Etsy and I can stay home with my son and make a bunch of beanies and stuff. And so turns out Etsy was not my thing. Trying to keep up with orders and stuff was not super fun for me. And that actually like killed my passion for crochet for a little bit there. So I saw that other women and men were blogging and sharing free crochet patterns. So I was like, oh, I'll give that a try. So I started designing and I would just look in magazines and just see something. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming. I would just see things in magazines and nothing too crazy, just like pullover shirts. And I just thought like, okay, how would I make that shape with stitches? And so I would just see a cool stitch in a book and basically try to make that shape as best I could and then sew it together. It definitely took some trial and error. I've never considered myself a math person, but going into crochet actually taught me that I'm not horrible at math, and especially when it's something I love to do. So yeah, lots of math with designing. What is your favorite thing to crochet and why? Oh, good question. Thank you, Chris. I like to make garments, like things that I can wear. So that's why I make a lot of shawls and beanies. It's kind of hot here in Florida, but when I lived in the cooler climates, I wore a lot of slouchy beanies. So those are always fun. And especially because you can make them in like 1 or 2 days. So it's like one of those quick makes. I have a few beanies on here. I know I have the Be Kind beanie. It just says Be Kind and it's a pullover beanie. And then I have the Spellbound slouchy beanie. So it's one that hangs off the back of your head. And both of those are fairly easy. So thank you for that question. I have made some blankets in my time, but they take such a long time. They're usually like a side project just to kind of keep me busy. But I would like to attempt another blanket design. It's been a long time since I've done that. Some of the other questions were also about what I like to crochet, and like one of them was what's my favorite yarn. And my favorite acrylic yarn, it's a weight for, is Lion Brand's Heartland yarn. It is great for pretty much any basic project that calls for like a basic weight for yarn. So and they have such beautiful colors, so I'd highly recommend the Heartland yarn by Lion Brand for any like basic acrylic projects that you're looking to do. That's what I made my Malden Mobius shawl. That's like one of my most popular patterns here on YouTube. It's the green one that kind of crisscrosses in the front. So I use the Heartland yarn, and a lot of yarn comes in one ball. I think it's like 7 or 8 ounces, which is really cool because then you don't have to keep starting over with a new ball of yarn. So lately I've been using chunky yarn, which is also really fun because it's that instant gratification, like right after you finish your project. The Lionheart cowl, my latest YouTube video, that takes like one day. You can sit there and make a cowl while you watch a movie. So, and it only takes a half a ball of Lion Brand woolly thick and quick. So I love quick projects that are also functional. I don't like making things that I can't wear either often or maybe gift to somebody. I like being able to give away what I make as well. Somebody asked if I know how to knit. I do. I have learned how to knit, but I have only knitted, I think, 2 beanies. And I'm honestly kind of nervous to try a sweater, although I have seen a lot of crocheters on Instagram branch out. And one woman's even doing one of my friends on there is doing like a really cool multicolored, like it starts with a yoke and everything, and it's beautiful. So I was like, maybe I will attempt knitting in the future. But I just love crochet because I feel like it just flows. But I'm sure people who knit also feel the same way about when they knit. So I do know how to knit, but I don't do it often. But I will attempt again in the future. Let's see, anything else about yarn? So I started crocheting in 2015. I started blogging and actually like I started designing in 2017. And that's actually when I made a switch. So when I first started blogging and like sharing whatever I made, I was Bodhi Life Creations because I wasn't really sure if I was going to share like other DIY stuff. And it turns out crochet was actually what I ended up being good at. Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. So I ended up in 2015, I was reading a bunch about blogging and everybody talked about finding your niche. And I just finally said, okay, I'm going to be purely just crochet. I'm not going to share any DIYs because I honestly didn't have the best luck of it. I'm just talking about how I got started in crochet design. And if anybody has any questions about blogging or crochet design or YouTube or anything like that, do you have an alternative to thick and quick that isn't scratchy? Good question. Lion Brand does have another thick yarn that's not wool ease, and it is thick, just like this. And I want to say that it's 100% acrylic, so it shouldn't be scratchy because the wool ease thick and quick is only 20% wool and 80% acrylic. So I can't wear wool for too long either. For some reason, the 20% doesn't bother me as much as like pure wool would. I can't do pure wool. So I will get that answer for you. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I do know they have a chunky yarn that's 100% acrylic. And then I think obviously other brands, I think Bernat has one. And I want to say even Walmart has like a mainstays yarn. I haven't tried that one yet, but I should do like something where I compare all those. So that's a good idea because there are a lot of people who can't use wool-based yarns for that reason. They do get really itchy. Give you life advice. Follow your passion and be kind to people. That's my life advice. Let's see. What is my favorite design? My favorite design on YouTube would probably be the Live Your Magic Mobius shawl. It's another one that crisscrosses in the front, but it is, sorry, I lost track of thought for a second there. It's the crisscross in the front, but it has a border. Unlike the Malden Mobius shawl, it has a really cool border on it. And then one that's on my website on bodylifecrochet.com, one of my favorites is called the Ice Cream Robe. It's ice cream because I used Lion Brand ice cream yarn, and I couldn't think of another name, I guess, at the time. But it's really cool because it's big, so it's kind of like a one-size-fits-all type of design. And it's a lot of panels. So it's almost like you're crocheting like one full blanket, but you're making it in panels. So you have like one large rectangle in the back and then 2 in the front. and then 2 for each arm. And it just flows really nicely. And you could customize it if you wanted to make it smaller and more fitted, but it's kind of like a kimono style with the larger arms. But yeah, so that's called the Ice Cream Robe. So those are my 2 favorite designs that I have made so far. And the Lionheart cowl, the one I just posted a few days ago, I just think that's so cool. Of course now I see more of them now that I have looked it up, but I just love the Mobius twist, and I think cowls are really cool because you won't like get them all tangled up like scarves would. Let's see. So that's, yeah, those are most of the questions. Oh, somebody asked, how many kits do you have with Lion Brand? I've done 3 kits with Lion Brand. So if you go to Lion Brand's website and you type in Bodhi Life Crochet, then it'll pull up 3 kits. There's the Written in the Stars poncho, Live Your Magic Mobius shawl, and Shine Your Light shrug. And kits are really cool because you get the PDF of the pattern, and then they also send you the exact amount of yarn you need for that project. So that's on lionbrands.com, and I'll put links in the description box after this is over. And yeah, and I'll send you straight to all these places that I'm talking to. This is kind of going all over the place. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to answer whatever questions come up and just kind of get my feet wet with going live here on YouTube. Why did you choose Lion Brand as your main yarn company? So Lion Brand is one of the top companies in the US, in my opinion. And I've always had really good luck pretty much with all of their yarn. I can't think of one that I did not like. And the colors are consistent. The strands are consistent. You'd be surprised how many, I don't want to say cheaper, but other yarn brands, the quality of each strand, sometimes they start out like big and then it'll get like thinner and then bigger and thinner and bigger. And so it makes your project look kind of weird. And it's harder to gauge like what it's going to turn out as. So, and Lion Brands, it's been really nice working with them. They are all really good people. Everybody I've worked with have been super nice and helpful. And if you're getting into design, yeah, I highly recommend their yarns because it's way easier to gauge how your project's going to turn out. What does Bodhi Life mean? Sorry if I missed off. Oh, Bodhi Life. Okay, so Bodhi Life is a nod to, it's called a bodhisattva in Buddhism. I studied like on my own Buddhist psychology for like a really long time. Well, not a really long time, but starting around when I was 21. And a bodhisattva is someone who has become enlightened, not saying I'm enlightened, but basically their goal in life is to help others see the good in life and to how to live more in the present. And I have just found for myself that when I practice something like living in the present, it has really helped me enjoy life, and it helped me follow my passions. Like I told this guy earlier when he asked me for some life advice, I said, follow your passions. It has helped me, just being mindful and learning how to be in the present has really helped me see life a little bit clearer. So I guess I picked Bodhi Life Crochet because when I first started blogging, like on my website, I was doing, I think, mantra Mondays or motivation Mondays. I can't remember. It was when my son was younger and I was able to type for longer periods of time. So I would share like positive quotes every Monday, and then just kind of hope that it would inspire people to be a little bit more mindful in their life and be able to enjoy life to the fullest and all that good stuff. So my goal is to just, in anything I do, whether it's crochet, YouTube, or friends or family, is just to increase awareness of what mindfulness is and to find the positives so we can, live a happy life. So that's what Bodhi Life Crochet means to me. And I just changed my name here on YouTube to Taylor O'Brien just so I can expand what I share on here, because it's just so cool. Like, we can come on here and talk about whatever. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you guys for being here, and for everybody who watches afterwards. What crochet hooks do you prefer? I prefer Susan Bates crochet hooks because the edges of them, or the very tip of them, I don't know if you can see this one, they're more, I think it's called inline, I want to say. The boy ones are more rounded at the tip, and for me, for some reason, when I crochet, the rounded tip is harder to grab. Like, this one grabs the yarn pretty hard and it'll pull it straight through. And then with the boy one, I noticed I was like constantly slipping. So I have gravitated to Susan Bates, and not all of them are see-through and clear and pretty like this one. This just are larger hooks that are those colors. And I actually don't have any other ones near me, so sorry I couldn't show you the other ones. But yeah, Susan Bates is one of my absolute favorite hooks to use for that reason. You have really good questions. Thank you very much. Let's see, I already said my favorite yarn was Heartland. I had a lot of questions about blogging and like what services I use. That could also be a whole other video, because blogging, like, there's so much to it. But just off, I was just going to share what I've been using all these years. So my main hosting company that I use is Bluehost, and that's where you can get like your own domain name, which is anywhere from like $5 to $15 for a domain name. But then you also have to pay for the hosting service for the entire year. So, or I think you can pay monthly, but it ends up being a little bit cheaper if you pay for the year outright. So for the first year, I did the most basic package you can do on Bluehost, and it was about, I think, a little over $100 US dollars after tax. And then what you can do is use WordPress, which it's a website builder. And at first it looks a little intimidating, but it's really cool because there are different templates you can use for your website that are free. So pretty much you invest probably like 100, 120 for the year in your website, and then you can find a bunch of free templates you can use. And I highly recommend doing something like that if you're getting serious about blogging, rather than doing like, I don't even know if blogger.net is a thing anymore. It used to be a free blogging service or website, but it's harder to establish, it's harder to get people to follow your blog if you don't have your own domain name. So I think if you're looking into blogging of any sort, definitely invest in some kind of professional hosting company and just go ahead and buy your domain name. And then, yeah, the templates are free on WordPress, and you can just go on YouTube and you can type in any question. How do I download a template on WordPress? And bam, there you go. I also highly recommend starting an email list. I know it seems super old school, but it's a really good way to stay in touch with up thousands of people who are interested in your work and may not see you on Facebook or Instagram. You know, the algorithm might not show you to everybody. So definitely start an email list, sign up for all social medias, pretty much Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest is great, especially for crafty people, and Ravelry specifically for yarn related crafts, so knit and crochet. Definitely sign up for Ravelry. Make sure you're interacting with other people, that you're a part of the community and not just throwing stuff out there. And yeah, so I'll make a whole nother video probably for that, because that can be a whole other video. Is there one or two crochet designers that have inspired you? Oh yeah, there are a ton. Off the top of my head, Jess from Make and Do Crew, she is based out of Colorado, and I love her designs because to me they are something that anybody can make. Most of her stuff is beginner friendly, and they're just really well made and well thought out, but it's also practical uses and stitches, and I just really like her style. So Jess from Make and Do Crew for sure. And then I want to say her name is Alex. I don't know why I always forget it, but Two of Wands. I really love her designs for, she's a blogger for Lion Brand as well. And there's so many different crochet designers that have inspired me. But those two definitely stuck out for me because of their practicality when it came to their designs. They were something that I would want to wear. Can you get her on your next podcast? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'll see if Jess wants to come talk. She has a busy life too. She's full-time crochet blogger. She has children and, you know, doing her thing. So I will see if she wants to come talk sometime. Oh, and Juan from Knit Crow Addict. She's here on YouTube, and her designs are out of this world. And I don't know how she comes up with them so quickly, but they are some trolls in the chat. Sorry. So yeah, those are a few crochet designers that inspired me. And if you are looking to get into blogging and you want to know more about how I started my blogging, I've been doing it for a few years now, since 2017, and I will make a whole nother video for that. So just thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for all of your questions. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry this is all over the place, but again, yeah, I just wanted to get my feet wet and just get into YouTube and try out this live stream thing because it's super fun and I love connecting with you guys. So thanks for coming, and I will see you guys soon, probably next week. Have a good night.